Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Thai Wife podcast. I'm Mike, and I'm still doing this without my lovely wife Sunari. But again, Pim is here,
Hi everyone, nice to see you.
and we have a special guest today. One
Yes.
of my best friends here in Thailand.
Oh.
Hello, Michel.
Hello, guys.
Hello,
How are you
Pleasure
doing?
to be in here.
Yeah, we waited for that long time.
Oh my God, yeah, we spoke about it. Long
It
time.
took a while.
It
but
took a while, yeah. You busy, I'm busy, you know.
I'm
so
busy.
yeah. So we're all busy a
We
little
all
bit, but we
busy.
make it happen now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we're all excited. At least I'm excited. So
We are excited more than you.
okay. Let's see.
Really.
So, first of all, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. My name is Michel. I'm 40 years old. I'm from Germany, but living in Thailand for the past 15 years. So before on Samui, 7 years, 7.5 years, something like that. So I was like 27, pretty young when I left my country. And yeah, I wasn't even sure that I can make it, you know what I mean? And then after 7 years, 7.5 years, something like that, I moved to Pattaya, and then it started when everything changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure we go deeper into that later.
We will
Yeah.
go deeper. You and I personally I heard your story many times how you came to form Samui and all the start you had there, which was not very easy.
No,
And you learned by your own mistakes
yes,
few times.
yeah, that's for sure.
So I just want to know, like, what's the reason you moved to stay somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
And to Pattaya.
Yeah, the reason was actually because if you live 7.5 years on a beautiful island like Samui, but every beauty place can actually get kind of boring, you know. So you see every viewpoint, you see every single rock on the island,
Right.
but after that, I don't know, the excitement was not there anymore. And I was traveling before a couple of times to Pattaya, and you cannot really compete Samui with Pattaya. Pattaya is just like another craziness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Samui is something for chill, especially when you be a couple or something. But when you end up, at the end on Samui, you end up as a single. So everybody know your story, everybody knows your
Yeah,
past
yeah.
because the island is so small, right? So and then I thought like, okay, so here my story might be over and let's open a new chapter in Pattaya. But I was overestimating the chances here. I thought, oh, Pattaya is so big compared to Samui, right?
Ah.
So I thought, oh, it will take so long that the people recognize me, you know what I mean?
Ah,
So I thought it will take years, yeah? But actually it takes like maybe 3 or 4 months, and then the people realize, hey, this dude is not on holiday, this dude living here, and then you get your reputation, you know, good
You're
or
also a
bad.
friendly guy.
Yeah,
You
good,
are.
but good or bad, you know what I mean? Yeah, so you do it by yourself. Yeah.
That's
That's
but in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
if we compare for a second Pattaya and Samui
Yeah.
is much more family friendly.
Yeah, especially it's developed that way. So when I started living there, we had the tsunami just recently in Phuket.
Yeah.
So all the people from, not all, but many people from Phuket, because there was everything destroyed, right? So they went to Samui because before it was more like a secret island knowing from backpackers. So and then all the lady bars and all the women, everything was like explode on that time, you know what I mean? More clubs was open, more bars was open,
course.
yeah,
To move.
more hotels, bungalows was open, and that was the prime time actually from Samui. And the people from Samui thought, oh, it would be not now all the time like that. Because they love the island and they think everybody will love and falling in love with Samui more than Phuket. So, but what they not realize that the people are, when Phuket was like, when they're building up everything back to normal. So most of the people went back to Phuket. So yeah, and then a lot of buildings and bars and everything just go like for broke because it was not the amount of tourists anymore on Samui.
Yeah, but it's not that big island, so
No, it's
Yeah.
not that big.
because I can say this is the first I know about how it's going on because I'm a Thai
Yeah.
people. but I've never been to Koh Samui. I can't say.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, you're very young, you know.
But yeah, if I get a change, I want to be in Koh Samui.
You have to
Oh,
you
wow.
have to go for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because even when I left, so it was like, you know, one smiling side, you know, and one crying eye, because I had such my first memories for actually living in Thailand. Everything started with Samui. My first holiday in Thailand, everything was on Samui, you know. So half of my heart is still there. I have good friends still there, and but life goes on, you know what I mean. So you always have to. Sometimes you have to close a chapter to open a new one. Otherwise, you cannot develop yourself, you know.
Yeah. And as I know, as you told me before, the first chapter was you actually opened a Bangalore and a restaurant place over there.
Yeah, it first started with a restaurant, because my budget was not much. So I actually had a budget from $10,000.
Okay.
So it wasn't much. What I actually won in an online poker tournament back in the days in Germany, because I wasn't able for my salary back then to save any money. Mm-hmm. But I not won the tournament, I just get second, but the buy-in was like $10, and then you have to play like 12 hours, you know. So I play all night after work. It was like crazy from 8 p.m. and until 8 a.m. in the morning. But then I actually call my dad and I say, okay, I'm ready. We can leave Germany. And he say, how? You still have no money. And I say, now I have money. And then he say like, what? Yeah. And then I say like,
the second place was still paying.
Yeah. But I deserved the first place. This guy was lucky, you know what I mean? But I still take the 10 grand, you know, it was good.
50% skills.
Yeah, especially at the end, at the heads up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with 10,000, I thought, that's the world. I thought it's so much money, especially in Thailand.
Yeah.
And then
You don't have
I was 26, 27, you know, and then I figured it out, like, oh my God, for Lamai, this area. So the busiest area on Samui is like Koh Samui. And we was living always on Lamai. And Lamai was like the second busiest place. And I thought like, okay, so you not go for Chaweng, so you go for Lamai. And I thought like, everything would be affordable, because I thought $10,000 is so much. And then I figured it out with the key money, even it's not like legal, but everyone wants the key money. Same like here in Pattaya, if you take over a bigger business. And everything starts like from $1 million or whatever. I thought like, guys, $1 million baht. Of course, I say like, guys, you are crazy or what? So, and then I figured out, okay, so 8 months I was searching in Lamai, in that area, and there was no opportunity. So, and then I moved like to a way more outside area called Menam. Yeah, and that was like the only place that was affordable, that was offered from another German guy. And he built around his bungalow a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, but the cool thing was the rent was really low. So it was like 8,000 baht. But you have a place to sleep and you have the business around. So you just have to make somehow 8,000 baht to pay the rent, and everything is in your pocket for living, right?
Yeah.
So I thought like, okay, even this place is not like busy as hell, but somehow you can figure it out. So that's what I actually pay my 10K on it, on this, and I cannot even cook. So but this was this was like the only opportunity that I had for that money, you know what I mean? Yeah, but then I had good friends. One of my friends is Thai, and he was working in the Centara. It's like 4 or 5 star hotel, but he always like had problem because he was same age like me, you know, like young and want to enjoy life and whatsoever. And he quit the job in the 4 or 5 star Centara. I don't know how many stars have, right? Just to come and work with me. Okay. So, and then we was like, you know, working together. He was the chef, and yeah, it was an adventure, but somehow we make it work. Yeah, for about 2 years or something. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
2 years, long time, is it?
Yeah, so I even learned then a little bit to cook, but of course he was the one who cooked the Thai food and everything. As you can imagine, I was the one who talking to the people and talk as much as possible, because if we have more orders, we had just him in the kitchen. Right. You know, if we have more people, it takes a while. So and and I try to talk with him a lot. You know that it's not so obvious that we are struggling in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
It was chaotic sometimes, but it was still like, we still make it work. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's good to try to do like. So, is this like you cooking before to have a restaurant?
No. I never cooked before, so the only thing what I can was able to do is like put the pizza in the oven or something. So you cannot really call it cooking, right? So I just learned a little bit on the run. But he was the one who actually have the part in the kitchen, and I was figuring out how you make cocktails and stuff like this. So because it also sells good, it's good money. So then I get all the receipt from the internet, and then I teach myself how with the ingredients you have in Thailand from 7-Eleven, you know what I mean. So you need to and then you can see how you can do it with the things that Thailand gives you, right?
Because some ingredient in Thai not have.
So that's why you need to do it a little bit like in the freestyle way. So you make like every cocktail in a Thai way. You know what I mean?
Let's taste similar.
And the people love it. Yeah, it was good. It makes you drunk. It was okay. The people was happy.
That's what they want.
But it's an interesting adventure, which eventually led you to something even more interesting, in my opinion.
Oh, you're talking about the resort?
No.
Oh, what all the way
after the big jump, because the resort, it's interesting, but you didn't do that alone. So
so the interesting part come actually when I started to actually completely move over to Pattaya. So I still did a couple of online things like call agent, but I never did like the cold calls that you sell something. So always I tried to work for companies where like the people want you, where the people actually want or expect the call, you know what I mean? Because nobody like the cold leads, you're annoying people to sell something. There was never something that would make me happy on the long run. So
hard, and the chances, by the way, are really low. Like good salesmen can sell maybe 5% of the all calls.
Yes.
So it's
you get so many negative feedback first before you make it, and can really suck your mood down. So that's why I never want to do something like that. Then I actually was out, same like I did on Samui. So I went out here in the club. I was dancing, doing my shit. And then I actually met a guy when I go back to the bar, and he had like a hard German accent when he spoke English to me, and then I figured out to him, hey, you're German, right? And then, you're German as well. So I say, yeah. But he's younger than me, but the way he impressed me was like, he actually was so open. He opened really after I met him the second time. So he told me already what he actually did, and the thing what he did was like he was like a cam model. So, but he basically said to me, okay, bro, I'm not gay, but most of my viewers are actually guys. So, and then I say, okay, that makes sense.
Was he a solo?
Solo. So
you would just sit there and jerk off.
I think you have to do a lot of things. Not only that.
Not only jerk off,
you guys can imagine that, but we don't want to dig deeper in that.
Say whatever you want.
Not deeper.
No. Our podcast. No, we can say whatever.
But I mean, I never saw it, but he actually told me like in a nutshell what he do, and then I say okay, and then he said to me, but you are good looking. You actually could do the same, and I was thinking like, okay, guy, first of all, you are way more younger than me, and he's like of course I train, but he's like more like trained than me.
Oh, he was more built than you back then?
Even now. So it's
really?
Still.
Yeah.
So
But
he could literally go on stage and would be basically with the last 5 or 6 in the class on stage.
Okay.
Because he's always like ripped, always have the 6-pack, and always is like in a really great shape. So that's why I compare myself to him, and I saw like, bro, you sure? And then he say, why you not give it a try? You have nothing to lose. And then somehow he came over, he set it up with me on the laptop. So, and then of course he left because I want to do it alone, right? So, and then
it's more interesting with more people.
But not with the guy. So it's not that interesting for me then, right? So anyway, I logged in. And I saw he was like, because
What website, by the way? Chatterbait?
yeah, it was like Chatterbait and Flirt Chat or something like that. I not remember the second one. And then was Live Yasmin was also there, so it was like 3 websites. But the best one was like actually like Chatterbait. That was the one that was working later.
Yeah.
So because first I was sitting there, and then you check out, right? And because he do it for so many years, so you build like a fan base. That makes sense, right? So I was sitting there.
It's like a social media. You
Yeah,
have
sure.
followers, you have everywhere on there.
Yeah. So and basically I was sitting there, and in this underwear, you know, that they call it like jogs. You know, you have this. It's like almost like a string tanga, but your ass is open, right? Yeah. Yeah. So it was also new for me. So when he told me like I need to buy this before, I said like, what the fuck is it? Right. So I have to Google it and search for it, and then I figure it out. Okay, this is how it looks like. I say, okay, makes sense that your ass is not covered.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then I was checking out how it works. So I saw him at the front pages, right? So if you have like maybe 50 pages where you can switch and you see all the models, and every page have maybe like 30, 40 models, right? So, and when I start, I was at the last pages. So you can imagine I was sitting there 3-4 hours, and I had maybe 5 to 10 people coming, and they just come and go.
I remember when I did chatter with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
It depends on how many views you have.
Yeah.
So if you are the top viewer, you will be the first.
Then you
on the
come.
first
Then
page.
you come more at the front pages.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
how
it
more
doesn't
views
matter
there.
how many followers you have, just go into viewers.
Yes, but if you be there for a while, so you have the followers, and you can give them an alert that you are online. So then you get more viewers, and then you get. That's why I say if you create a fan base, you will be immediately when you be online. Just say you have 2,000 people. From 2,000 people, maybe 100 shows up. So you're already on the first 5 pages. So and then you grow from there. Just how long you be online. You know what I mean? But anyway, I had no fans. I had nothing, and I ended up at the last pages. And then I was working 4 or 5 hours. What means working? You know, I was chatting with the few people that enter my room, and you only make money when they give you tip or when they take you private. So at the end of the day, I was working 4 or 5 hours, and I get maybe 200, 300 baht. And I said like, what the fuck? You know,
This is too long. This is how hour again?
4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5
For
hours.
300 baht.
Is really bad.
It's really bad
It
for
is-
me
it-
also.
And don't forget that people can record the screen.
Yeah.
So everyone can see you and can save
Yeah.
your pictures.
And-
Yeah.
You
and-
lose your privacy immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I was aware about that, but I also thought like, okay, might work. I know it would just be a struggle at the beginning, but it was like a waste of time.
Okay.
So, and then COVID hit us, so everything was closed. And I had a lot of friends, especially ladyboy friends. And I know they was calling me and say, oh, Michel, can you help me with 500 baht or what? So everyone was struggling. So and then I thought like, so I was searching the page again, and then I saw like, oh, okay, when couple doing that. There are not so many couples out there. So I saw like, okay, this is a way how to crack the system. You know what I mean? So if you not do it as single, even you're popular or not, if you do it as a couple, then you would be at the first 3-4 pages,
Because
and you
there
go
are
from
not
there.
many pages.
Exactly. You not have so many competitors, right? So I saw like, okay, that makes sense. So what I did, so I invited the first ladyboy on my sofa, and I say, okay, let's go, baby. Put her in sexy lingerie, and we make the deal. Okay, we share everything 50-50. So I explain her how it works with the tokens, with the exchange whatsoever. And then
She could speak English, by the way?
yeah, some could.
No,
And
the first one.
the first one,
The
yeah,
first.
she was funny. She was really funny, and I know she was outgoing, so I know like, okay, this is to choose her at the first to see how it works.
Yeah.
I thought like this was be the best choice. So anyway, and we was rocking it. So it was immediately like after third page, second page, first, and then we have the most viewers. So we ended up with 1,000 people was watching us, and this is a quite high number for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we make like quite good money. So we was working 3-4 hours, and everybody get like 3,000 to 5,000 baht each. So this was like almost like every hour you get 1,000 each. You know what I mean? This is something you can work with. You know what I mean? So I saw like, okay, that have potential, and I saw some people already start to following me. So I saw like, oh, okay, you can really fast grow a fan base there. What the people not expect was that I actually live in Thailand and that I know so many people that I actually live in Pattaya.
Yeah.
And there are so many ladyboys and I know so many ladyboys.
So here's the
So
four
the
lady
next,
boy.
yeah, so the next day on my sofa, another ladyboy show up, and usually
Yeah.
only couple doing that. You know what I mean? So everybody like, what the fuck? You know?
Another, how we get another?
Yeah. So and this was like more or less than how long I did it. It was like a running gag. So the people just follow me like crazy, and I really want to know who the fuck is now on Michel's sofa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then everybody, how he do that? You know what I mean? How he do that? But especially because we had COVID, it was the perfect circumstances because everybody was struggling about money. You know, it was so hard to get money. So even for myself, and then somehow the webcam stuff gets so popular that
Especially here in Thailand.
that the production company was contacting me and they asked me, "Are we looking for a Western guy who actually do porn with ladyboys?" We
They saw you first.
Say
on
something.
Saturday.
because it gets so popular and a lot of people was talking about it in that scene, and I was struggling to find people who have like a Western looking, European looking, and doing that. And then they asked me, would you consider maybe to try it? And then I thought like, okay, so I show my ass in front of 1,000 people. Of course, if you go private and you do like the act, you actually have sex. So you have only the one who take you private.
Yeah.
Another one can buy cheaper price, but he's not then the director. So you only can watch. But maximum you have 2-3 people where you have front of sex with, but you actually have sex on your sofa and you just have it in front of the cam, but you not see anyone.
Of course.
Right.
So it's like different, right?
Yeah.
There are
So-
no cameraman,
No camera, but of course you expose yourself. You know, you're not living in an illusion like, okay, these are not happening. You see the numbers, you know what I mean?
Chatterbait, some people used to. When I did Chatterbait, it was way before. It was 2011
Okay.
or 12, and everyone used masks back then. It was very popular for the people to use masks on Chatterbait.
When there be a couple or also like singles?
Some singers
Some-
also.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that if you still have people who do it without, the people without would be always more
Yeah,
successful.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Don't forget there is like a difference of 8 years between those.
Yeah, sure.
So some stuff change.
Yeah, it's always changing.
Yeah.
It's always changing. Anyway, so then they was asking me about like, would you consider to doing it? And of course, I take a little time to think about it because I was aware about that. Like, if I expose myself, so even it's like a one-time thing. If you be one time out there, you be out there forever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I even know it from the camming, but I never show sex in front of the camming, so it's a different thing.
Yeah.
So even they would be able to record the private show, but it's still not like you not get so exposed.
Yeah.
Same you doing it like, you know, in a real porn. Anyway, I was considered, and the money what they offer me was really low. But I actually did it, and I go for it because I thought like the way they explain it to me is like they need a guy on the long run. So for the model, for the ladyboy, it's like, okay, we use you for a job. Yeah, and then maybe in 2 or 3 months, if your video is popular, we use you again. But if they don't have a European-looking guy, so all the time when they come with a new model and they do it like every 2 weeks or whatever, so you have a new job. So that's why I thought like, okay, that could be something that could be developed in something bigger.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
So I would to know like when you have like ladyboy model to shooting with you, is it from them contact you to help with sometime, or you're find them to make it?
So basically, when I start with the production company, they arranged everything because I was not in the driver's seat. So I was actually also like a model that get booked, right? And they told me just like in advance, they send me pictures and say like, oh, this is the model, because some of the models I already knew.
Of course.
Yeah. So and then I say like, oh, okay. And at the beginning, I was really shy. I was not shy like being there, but I was shy like I say to them like, do you need a guy who do like top and bottom, so fuck and get fucked?
Yeah.
Or they say, oh, basically we looking for someone who get fucked. And I say like, okay, that's the easiest the easiest part. So because even your cock is hard or not hard. So if you just need to like, you know, give them your ass, yeah. So yes, so because you're nervous, you know what I mean. We just say it before we starting this podcast. Now that we,
so
Yeah.
everyone knows the struggle.
yeah,
I have also. So
yeah, no,
I understand.
no, but we even say it before the podcast start, right? Be exciting. So of course, when you do it, you have to understand. So there are 2-3 lightnings. You have the camera, then you have like weird angles that you need because. The camera operator actually not move, so you have to show them the angle. You know what I mean? So and you have sex in weird positions, which looks great in front of the camera, but it's totally unnaturally, and you would never do it. You know what I mean? So yes, and this and everything have like a plan how to do it, and usually you not have sex with a plan. You go with your passion, you go with your emotions. You know what I mean, and you go with the flow, right? You figure it out on the way, but you not really have a plan. But there's okay, we do like this. Okay, now I'll stop. I need to change the pictures. So and everything needs to be still stable.
That is not natural.
No, and I saw like when I saw it the first time, I saw like, okay, you will never get like hard with this, you know. Even you take Camargo, but even you take like any pill or whatever, you know what I mean. Your head taking over, you cannot relax. So that's
thinking.
Yes, you're just thinking, you stress yourself. So that's why I was really glad to know that they not need me as a top, so bottom would be fine. So and I went for it, you know. So and then I basically had another offer from a different. It was like also like a production company, but in a way more smaller way. So it was only one guy, and this guy was from Russia. He was not even here, and he let me manage everything. So he provided the money, and he paid me. And
so you have to arrange the girls. Arrange the camera,
exactly. So I was making like I checked the location out, then I find a camera operator. We even changed then the equipment.
Okay.
So we used better cameras, and how longer this journey together lasts, how more we actually updated the setup.
Updated everything,
yeah. Upgraded the setup. So yeah, basically I always was on the hunt to find the models. You know, and then of course I had the nice locations, and to have a camera operator, because now I doing it like almost 4.5 years, something like that, specific with the Russian guy, and we have to change like the camera operators a lot, because there was always like an incident. Oh, now I have a boyfriend. My boyfriend is jealous. You know, even the guy saw her first on the porn movie with me. You know, and then when they start to be together, he start to be super jealous. And I just say like all the time, oh, you building, because they also get paid. You know, and every week we was shooting.
I want to understand. Normally, your camera operator are ladies or ladyboys?
No, also ladyboys, because we always have camera 2 and 3. So we have 2 other cameras in the background, but on a stand. And we had like different choices. So later we sell then also the making of movie, and then that's why we also dress the camera girl in a sexy dessous, sexy lingerie, because some pose that she need to make to reach further to the action, you know, she pop up her ass. So you see her boobs or whatever. So it's always sexy to see how actually she moving around it. And then you see all the lightning, and for the people it's always like exciting to not only see the end product. People are also like curious, like curious how you do it. You know what I mean? Even TikTok people, they do like the TikTok from the main camera, and then they make the making of. And still, most of the time, the making of get more views than the actual video, because the people are curious how you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Feel it's more personal.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yes.
I can see how everything
Yeah,
works.
do not cut, so
Yeah.
so they basically here when you cut and they see how the scene continues, so how you
Yeah.
do it after, how you
Right.
explain what to do before,
Yeah,
and we
right,
do a
right.
photo shooting before, so they see the photo shooting, and in the photo shooting at the end, the girl needs to have a hard dick, so I suck her, but you basically will not see it on the main camera,
Yeah.
but behind the scenes when we cut everything together, so you see it,
Yeah.
and then she poses with the dick and everything.
So normally, how long to take? How many hours to get one video?
It depends. So it's like if you make a threesome, it takes about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, because we need like 2 girls with the photo shoot, and we change the dress, like the lingeries, twice, and so we make the first scene. So first we put them in the first lingerie outfit, right? We make the pictures. Both of them need cock hard. Then we explain the scene, what we want to do in the first part. First part is done, so it's already like an hour or something passed away. And then we change the outfit and we push on repeat. So we repeat everything again, right? So we make the picture cock hard, and then the last scene with the cam shot.
I see.
Yeah, and when we do one-on-one, so it's basically like most of the time it's 2 hours.
2 hours.
It can be a little bit longer because some of the ladyboys, they have the issue.
Yeah.
Because the environment, as I explained, is not normal, and then they have maybe problem to come. So and it can takes a little longer, and then of course we need to cut it together that it looks like natural.
From feel uncomfortable, feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about it like that.
Yeah.
They sit there, they're jacking off
Yeah,
for 20
and
minutes, and
for-
then they just take the last, let's say, 1 minute.
Yes.
before
Yeah.
you come.
Yes. So and we stay in position,
Yeah.
so that we can cut it together, so that it's not looks like that she actually struggled. Because as a viewer, of course, if you see the making of video, I keep it a little bit longer, but I also not, when she need like 30 minutes to do it, I not give them 30 minutes. You know what I mean? It makes no sense, because you still want to keep the excitement alive. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what I can say, like I started as a bottom. And then after 3 months, when I actually start planning everything myself, so it was different because I had a camera operator. I want her to move. Before, when I do it with the production, she stand with the camera. She put it in an angle, and we need to be in a weird angle.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's weird. Yeah, and the videos also was really short. And I say, okay, when we do it differently. So we have the moving camera. So I want that she are able to move. And we have the 2 standing cameras for behind on the scenes, so that we can make the making of video and whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how longer I made it, how more confident I was in the environment. And then there was like, after almost 3 months, models say to me, yeah, I'm top and everything. So I was like, always like, I need to plan it, right? Because some of the lady was the only button.
Yeah.
So, and then somehow she was so overwhelmed from everything. And I said, okay, relax. But her cock not working.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even if she took her mind.
But she was like, and I
The
looked.
mindset was not
mindset.
there.
But I could feel her, because this is exactly in the shoes that I was all the time before.
Yes.
But I was looking down then, and my cock was like rock hard, and I said like, "Hey, brother, there you go." You know what I mean? This is how I know you, because he get used to it. For him was then normal. So and then I saw like, okay, no problem. Then you are bottom. She looked at me. Okay, she was happy that we do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and my camera operator looked at me surprised. I said, "Yeah, look at me, girl. Everything is fine." Yeah. And then it was actually the first video that I beat in pure top. And when I passed that one, so then my mind just switched, and from that moment on, I know, okay, now I'm back to normal. So and I can do both. So now most of the time I try to make like top and bottom. So we make like both of the content. But if the cock from her not work, then of course, then I'm pure top.
So if you have only bottom ladyboy, you are just going top.
Yeah, but I know the most popular thing is if we switch it. So we give the audience like both top and bottom.
Yeah.
Or the most popular scenario is like if the ladyboy is really dominant, so I'm just bottom. And if she are able to speak well English, then it's like did she not even have to
like dirty talk? and
Dirty
stuff?
yes,
talking,
of course. You know what I
yeah.
mean. So like a little bit role play. You know, if we do it like she's the mistress, I'm the slave. How more she is like in the role, like I'm controlling you. How more excited is it for the viewers? So this is are the videos they go like super viral. And I make the best experience with the ladyboys who are actually from the Philippines, because as you know, the Filipinos, they can speak English is the second mother language, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's why, and they know how to do it. You know,
Yeah.
I had like one movie with Amadora, and she was before, or she still is, a really popular cam model on Life Yasmin, and of course she is like a escort. And but she never did porn, so she only did it with me. But we did now 3 or 4 videos because she's so popular on a time frame about the last 3 years or something.
She comes here or you go there?
No, she's in Bangkok, and then I always say like, okay, take the taxi, we book the hotel, and then you get paid, and of course also for the transfer and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole package. So we actually take care of it, and then it's it's an easy thing, you know.
So how you think about when people say if a man has sex with a ladyboy and had date with ladyboy, and they say he's a gay? So how you think about it? This is it.
I think like if guys who really are into ladyboys, if they would be gay, you know, we're not would dating someone who looked like a woman. So it makes no sense. So I'm not attracted to men. So I'm attracted to women, and I'm attracted to ladyboys.
Yeah.
Because in most of the cases, the ladyboys are even hotter because they make so much surgery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than the real woman. You know.
Yeah, they had attention to be.
Yes, and especially
lady.
if you figure out, if you're not shy, and if you're not let the society taking over your free mind, your spirit, you know what I mean?
Dictating.
Yeah,
what you
yes,
need to think or how you need to-
and if you are open enough to experience with yourself, with your own body, and you figure it out that you actually as a man like to have something in the ass, because we have a G-spot in the ass. So the woman have it in the pussy, but the men are so afraid to just figure their own body out, because the society say immediately, oh, if you put something in your ass, you're gay.
Yeah.
It's strange, but our society say it like this.
Yeah.
And they put so much pressure on the people, but I just say fuck it, because I figure it out like, oh, it feels amazing.
Yeah.
Even the orgasm is like on a different level. So, and then I made the first experience with ladyboys back then on Samui, because of course at the beginning I was like really struggling, and I was shy when I saw the first ladyboy in my life in the front of a cabaret show. She was so beautiful, and I said like, oh my god, wow, you are the most beautiful girl I ever saw in my life. And then I was like shy talking to her, you know, and I went to the cabaret show, and after the cabaret show, so she put my, you know, ladyboys, they're always open, you know, she put my hand between her legs and say like,
Not the most ladyboy open.
so and let me touch her balls, her cock. I was thinking like, oh my god. So I was like in shock. I more or less run away. So and then I need to process what's happened, you know. So I go back in my bungalow and process, and I say like, oh my god,
You went there to jerk off. Come on.
yeah.
Why not?
Of course, in the night later on, when the shock was gone, of course it excited me and everything. But I asked myself, because I have so much pressure from the society. Oh my God, Michel, what's going on with you? Are you gay or what? So I need to figure out for myself first what's going on, and I need also like some years to have the confidence to actually be in public with the ladyboy. And that's why I always say to the ladyboys, give the guys some credit, because you need to understand, you somehow on the way, when you grow up, you figure it out like, oh, I don't want to be a man, I feel more like a woman, and your journey starts.
Yeah.
So the journey from a guy who is attractive to a ladyboy starts not that early. It starts with the first experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in Europe, I'm from Germany. When I say I never saw ladyboys there, they would look like me in lingerie. Would I look like a ladyboy? No, you know what I mean? Pretty masculine and ugly, you know what I mean? Nobody was thinking I'm a hot ladyboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first experience started basically on my first holiday when I was 25. So, and then I need like 2-3 years to figure it out how I can deal with it. So first I do it secretly, because if you're so young, you not feel so confident with yourself, you know what I mean? And you get the
As
pressure.
you said, that the society mostly dictate how you need to think about yourself, how you need to act, and it's a problem.
And also your friends. So all my friends around there on Samui, nobody was into ladyboys. So I was with that, like basically with this kind of feeling, basically by myself. So I need to figure it out. That's why I was shy in front of my friends. So like to really show them what are my desires. You know what I mean? Of course I like women. Yeah, I'm into women, but I also like ladyboys. I'm into ladyboys.
Yeah.
So and that's actually what I find out on the go, how to deal with it. You know, because what most of the people not realize, so everybody like chasing the money, you know what I mean? They think like the highest value in life is to be rich and get the money. But the highest value in life is time. And if you only live to please the people around you, the society, you will regret it.
Of course.
And I regret the 2-3 years that I was struggling. And I say, I want to change it.
Yeah.
I want to change it. And then I say, okay, if the people have a problem with it, if my friends have a problem with it, then they are not real friends. And then we go separate ways.
Yeah.
And since that, I keep my inner circle really small, because you also get like, I don't know, from the people around you, you know what I mean? They put you, even without you realizing it, they put you in different paths, in different direction.
They judge you.
In a good way or bad way. Just think
in
about the situation I explained you when I meet the guy who was the model at the camp show. If I would not meet him, I would never sit here and would go this way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and he's still one of my best friends, because I know everything that builds up from that moment that we met, you know what I mean, have something to do with him. If I would not leave Samui back then, I would never meet him. I would never go this direction.
Of course.
Yeah, but this is how life goes. If you open yourself up for more opportunities will come in your way.
Doors will open for you.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm proud, but I just can say
she's proud of you.
I'm very proud of you about your stand by your opinion.
Yeah, I'm actually now be also like proud that I deal with it so openly, you know what I mean? Especially, but come on, now I'm old, I'm 40, so it's like, you know,
You look like
you have to do it.
you look very good for 40. Come on.
Okay, thank you.
And you know
I will invite you for a drink later.
I hold it to you.
Okay.
And I have another question. So you said before you're attracted to ladyboys and ladies.
Yeah.
In your movies you're doing also, sometimes you bring ladies over?
Because everything started with like the ladyboys, and then how I explain it to you guys. So I did it then only with ladyboys, and the reason why is simple. How long are you doing it? You have this specific fan base, and my specific fan base.
You want to see ladyboys?
Yes. So if I give them a woman, even she's smoking hot, they would say, okay, use her, but make a threesome and show us a ladyboy. You know what I
So
mean?
you're doing threesomes with ladies?
No, this is what I want to do in the future, but it's really hard to find a woman who is actually open-minded enough to doing it. Even we have so many models, so many women who working in the same industry, but to do that, even it would be on her end a really popular content. It's really hard to make it happen.
I know for some
and also for the ladyboys, yes.
Some ladyboys will not fuck
No,
women.
no. Also, when I make a threesome with 2 ladyboys, it's not always the time that the ladyboy interact with each other. So many times it's also like that they only interact with me. So I'm then in the middle of the attention. I mean, it's awesome. But many people also like when the ladyboys do something together. But then I always respect the boundaries. I ask what is possible.
It's very hard to
Yeah,
handle
because ladyboys want a guy, right?
Yeah, right. Ladyboy like men, like I said before.
Yeah. So and ladyboys is a different thing. So, but you always find some ladyboys, they are not into it, but they're open. They say, I do it for the movie. You know, I can do it with a friend. We do like many times threesome. So it's always possible to doing it. So this is not so outlandish to make this kind of content. So I make it a lot of times, but never so far with a woman. But it's still on my bucket list on top because I know it would be super popular. Because it's not so many videos out there that the woman is involved in this kind of threesome, right? Yeah.
I understand.
Would you do something like that? I'm not in movies. I mean,
yeah. If you say now yes, you are already half booked.
I can say I have some with lady friend, but I did not have with her. I did not have sex with her. Just like
she was in the room with the other guy. With you.
Yeah, with other guy than me. So we attracted with guy.
Okay.
Doesn't like we together have fun together, but not have sex together.
Okay.
Just you know what I mean, like attracted to the man.
So you guys was both playing with the guy at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And with other ladyboys, it's a no go for you.
Probably is not easy to happen, right? Because ladyboy choose to with a guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, if it happens to have threesome, it's not be like have to have sex, but maybe oral sex.
Oh, yeah.
That is just happen more than have sex together for threesome with two ladyboy, one guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, oral, they still can close the eyes and can imagine it's the dick from a guy, right?
So you guys could do that.
Yeah.
make you have sweet dreams.
Yeah.
And now, I know that you are on a certain platform. I don't know if you want to mention which platform you are on, but I know that this is one of the most popular platforms on Earth right now for this kind of.
Yeah, I mean
content.
it's really popular. But I mean I've been on almost every other porn website, but and for years, right? So I'm OnlyFans to call the baby by the name.
Yeah. We're talking about OnlyFans.
Is basically the one that I start to be the latest. So I'm been there only for 1.5 years or something, and the other platforms I'm almost there for 4.5, almost 5 years. But none of them, even I have like almost 200 videos uploaded there over the time. None of them pay just close to what's going on OnlyFans.
Okay.
It's
so
crazy.
Your main income is from OnlyFans.
Yes, it's like, of course I could pay like all my expenses from the other platforms, but I could not live such a
lavish life.
Yes, such like a healthy lifestyle if OnlyFans would not be in the picture. It's really crazy, but it's not. This is what I say to my models, because they know that I pay them. They see how I live, or when we be in a hotel or whatever. They see that they can imagine maybe, and then they say, oh yeah, can you help me to set up OnlyFans or something like this? So first of all, I think like, okay, in the century we're living, so you can get all the information from OnlyFans. Nobody show me how to do it. I teach myself everything on the go. You know what I mean? So if you really want to do it, you can educate yourself online. But I have no problem with that I help you to set it up. But the imagination what the models have is like, once I set it up, the money come from alone. But you really do. You now I can say I'm successful. Yes, but the people don't know. So I'm working basically every day for it, like 3-4 hours, and I'm not counting then the hours that I'm actually be on some dating platforms to find the new model. And if I'm talking to 10 models, just say it, maybe 3 will be okay with it.
Right.
Not every ladyboy say, "Yo, I go for it." Many people and many ladyboys have concern about the family see it or whatever.
Yeah.
So and even they're in the industry of I'm freelancing, so I make the money with in the sex industry, but they have concerns, and it's our concerns that I can 100% understand. Even I need them as a model, but I understand their thoughts and what they worry about, especially for them if they're not set up OnlyFans, and they just do it. It's basically what I explained you at the beginning. So me as a male actor, I'm more busy because the main focus from the viewer perspective are the models. So the models, if the models change all the time, how it is in my case is perfect. They don't care about me. They're not really a fan about me. You know what I mean? I'm like, that I'm okay. They're okay. I'm there. They imagine that they would be on my place. You know what I mean?
They're looking for new.
Yes, but it's
new faces.
So
new cock.
So basically, when she agrees to do it, her video will stand in the internet forever.
Yeah.
So and if she not doing something with it, so she not plan her future to doing it, then of course it's a high risk. Even I pay them good, but it's still a high risk for this one-time payment. Of course, if the video is popular, as I explained before, Amadora, the Filipino girl, she's so popular, so we make 4 videos in about 3 years, something like this. But of course, it's like, it's like a payday every 6 months or something, you know what I mean? It's also not something.
Not a steady income.
Yes,
for them.
yeah. So that's why I always understand when they don't want to do it, and I'm never angry because so many times I realize that they contact me like a year later and ask me, because I don't know, maybe they have money problem, maybe the mindset up changed. Just many things can happen in life that it change your mind. I had many girls that I was talking with, but we keep on in touch, on social media or something, and then out of nowhere they're coming and texting me. And then we make it, and then of course I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Because you get new faces.
Yes, of course. Then I not need to search for the upcoming movie. But I basically shoot a movie like every week, so you can imagine how stressful this sometimes could be to always find every week a new face.
So hard.
Yeah.
Without mentioning names.
Yeah.
Which is like. If you can say which one of your models shot the most videos with you? How many videos was that?
Amadora is on top with 4. Okay, you don't want to mention names, but no, I think like 4 or 5 videos is like in a time frame between 2-3 years, something like that. Yeah.
So you're really changing faces all the time.
Yeah. So I'm happy to use them again, like for threesomes then. Or I had I had one model. She was like she can change by wearing different kind of wigs, like changing the hair color, and she always looked like a different person,
like a new style every week.
So I had her on Instagram. So and we shot the first movie. She had like black, really long hair, and then I saw her on a birthday party, and she had blonde hair, and
I looked like a completely
and I saw I saw this
changed.
group picture, and I contacted her. And there was 20 ladyboys on this group picture, and I contacted her, and I say, could you give me the contact details from the girl? It was a little bit far because it was a group picture. Yeah, you need to bring all the people, so it was a little bit far. But I say, can you give me the contact details from the blonde ladyboy, because I would like to shoot with her. And then she say, are you joking, Michel? I say, why? She say, that's me. I say, no way. Yeah. Yeah, I said, okay. Then I say, let's go. Have this blonde hair next time, because you look totally different.
Yeah, then you can be like new face in
new face. And everybody was like, wow. Yeah. I even named her differently.
Really?
Yes. And the people go for it.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So I give her
Good
a completely
idea.
different.
Good thinking.
Yeah, I give her because I was like not, and then the movie was like maybe like 4 months or something between. You know what I mean? Of course, it's still in the library. Yeah, but you could hard compare. She not have any tattoos. You know, it's really hard to compare. Like, oh, it's because she looks so different.
Well, wig and a little bit different makeup.
Yeah.
It will be a different
Exactly.
person immediately.
So I make like a few different hairs with her. So she had black,
Yeah.
she had like red, she had blonde, and then we put her on 2 threesomes. So that's why she come on the count of 5.
Oh, so girl, do not stop to be pretty. Change your style every week if you can. Every man gonna interest in you because you have the beauties and glowing up beauty more.
Yeah.
Or they will not recognize you and just hit on you again.
Yeah.
Which is also a possibility.
Yes, that's for sure.
I want to ask you something that I always wondered. Like, in your videos, do you go bareback or condom? Because I want to know about the safety issues. Like,
Both. So I'm be on prep since Samui.
okay.
A friend of mine introduced me to it because back then it wasn't so popular as it is right now. So we're talking about back then, like now I live here like 5 years, so before 5 years, so 7 years ago, something like this. So I be on prep, but of course you can, so it's prevent 99 point whatever percent prevent you to get HIV.
Yeah.
But of course you can get other diseases, but lucky so far I not get any other diseases from
Any diseases?
yeah from that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like
But I'm guessing you are checking yourself regularly.
yeah, every 3 months there's a clinic not so far. And then you can like, but then I do it like also not the blood, so you also can check the urine, so like really make a full checkup.
Okay.
But I never have a full checkup from the models, so it's like, of course, it's a risk thing. Yeah, a little risk is always involved. So if you do it in the USA, so you always should have like a latest
Check.
test,
Yeah,
like
taste.
from a few days. You know what I mean? This is how you usually
Those are the porn regulations. over there.
this is how you should do it. You know what I mean? But because you do it like by yourself and you do it here in Thailand, so it's like it's just like a different thing. You know what I mean?
So you have to pay for it. I mean, like for taste or
for the test and also for the prep. But I always pay it like have it like stocked like in advance, like for 12 months, for a year period.
yeah.
Okay.
But you need to take it like every day. But
Yeah.
I've been recently to the doctor and it have an effect on your kidney, but they say my kidney is still fine.
You are
And I take
taking
it,
supplements for the kidney also?
yeah, also
Okay.
to anti-toxic the liver and the kidney. But they say everything is fine. And if you consider that I take it like over 7 years, so and it's had no side effects, you know.
Yeah, but you're a healthy guy, right? You're keeping yourself in shape, you're eating good. It's also part of that.
Yeah, sure. This is the whole package, you know what I mean? But I just can say that it have no side effects. And everybody who's not aware about what PrEP is, so you basically have to take it like every day at the same time. And after 7 days you take it, you have the full coverage, 99 something percent, that you are not be able to get HIV, even you have sex intercourse with someone who have it. So and especially in the industry, as a man, when you fuck a woman, the percentage is so small that you can get it. But if you be a man and you get fucked, that's why so many gay people have it. So the chance to get it is like way higher.
Yeah, right.
So because also for the woman is higher because she because you insert it, right? Yeah, so that's the thing. So and when I figured out that I'd be into ladyboys and some stuff like this and like it both ways, so of course then I was like really happy that my friend introduced me to PrEP.
Yeah.
Because
I
back
heard
then,
a lot of people that say that
because back then,
changed their life.
yeah, because back then I not hear about it at all. I wasn't even aware that they have like just one pill and they can make you like Superman immune against it. You know, it's crazy.
It's
I know
crazy.
that many people are taking it. I know many even people that come to vacations in Thailand, a week before they start taking it back home, and then they just come here and...
I had some fans, they actually asked me the same. They said to me, "Oh, Michel, you make so many bareback videos, and how you do that?" Because they're planning also them to come. And then I just recommend them, and then they say, "Wow, okay, good to know." Because many people just don't know.
Yeah, I do also.
But you Thai people, you get it for free, right?
Yeah, for Thai people to get it for free on a swing clean.
Yeah.
Is it for free for Thai people? Taste for free, hormones taste for free.
Oh, wow.
And prep taste for free also.
Oh, you get the hormone for free as well.
And this is about like taste hormone tastes.
That's the hormone.
Taste the hormones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
right. But and you can do like everything like a privacy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What depends on you yourself. Yeah. If you shake, then you on prep, so you can shake, and if you have how to say like a negative taste.
Yeah.
Negative. Yeah. So you can get prep if you need it for free for Thai people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's very good, especially in a city like Pattaya.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
There is a program like that.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but if everybody would take it, so there would not be in 15, 20 years HIV anymore. So it would be, because nobody can get infected.
Yeah, but sadly, and I know we want to be a happy podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sadly, I know few people that got it in the last 3 years here.
Wow, okay.
Two of them, by the way, are ladies. So many people, like, I don't know the exact numbers, but if you come here,
sure. I
you
think
have to make sure you are protected.
I think it's still a disease that it's still around here, and as you say, especially in Pattaya, because it's like the biggest sex city.
Here.
Yeah,
That's basically.
This is normally
a big fuckhole, but it's a nice place. So.
This is why we come here. Come on.
Yeah. There's one part of it, one big part of it.
So Pattaya is mean freedom, is it?
More than freedom.
Freedom.
For me, Pattaya is not only freedom. I think it's... Well, I consider it my second home because I have a lot of friends here.
Okay.
And I really like the environment, and you can always find something to do. Not only the sex part of the city, but there are many attractions here.
Right.
Very good restaurants over here.
Yeah.
Very good places just to sit and wind up, relax.
And it's so much cheaper, you know. You can here afford that you can go like every day to a restaurant.
Cheaper compared to what? You mean Europe?
Europe. Germany, where I come from. So in Europe, I could not imagine how I could afford that I can have 3 meals in a restaurant every day.
Yeah.
And here's like not a big issue. You know,
especially if you
not food. I want to say if you not eat like steak, you know what I mean. But if you like go for Thai food, it's so cheap. Yeah. In some places, of course, you can get it like triple the price or whatever.
Yeah, but still triple the price is still very cheap.
It's still
very cheap.
Yeah, it's still cheap.
Like buying pad thai for 150 baht, it's still you're thinking, wow.
Yeah, it's still like you really think like, oh, should I really cook by myself? You know what I mean?
Do you cook by yourself sometimes?
Yeah, like. When I make like breakfast or something, but here in my condo is even next to the pool is even a restaurant, and they are so cheap, so they make me even more lazy than I was before since I moved here.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
it's a really nice life. If you're living in Thailand, it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
You get used to it so quickly. That's why we call it like Thai fever, you know.
Yeah, Thai fever.
I have it from the first time I came here. That's why I was so glad that I make it somehow happened to live in Samui. Samui was the first place, and I had the Thai fever immediately. I come out from the airport and like Thai fever, you know.
Yeah.
You are always trying to convince me to go to Samui. I have my personal reasons.
Yes.
But you always tell me.
One day we will make it happen. I will be your tour guide. Yeah, I have to go back. I need to surprise my friends over there. Like just come
on the microphone.
Just come unexpected. Yeah, but I still not give a time frame, right?
Michel, first of all, I want to thank you for doing that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think we can do another part sometime because we have a lot to talk.
Yeah, we always have a lot to talk, always when we meet each other. Yeah, that's why I was thinking like, okay, that will be a walk in the park.
Thank you so much.
And there is something that you want to say to our listeners?
I don't know, guys. I hope you like it. I hope it was interesting for you guys to listen to my story. And if you never have been to Thailand, we welcome you to Thailand and hope to see you around, guys.
I think that's a great way to end this
This
podcast.
is very, very great tonight.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh, well, thank you, everyone, listener. This podcast is my second time to make it, and I made it. Everyone, I'm so proud of myself, and I'm very thank you to Mike and Michel
You're
today
more than welcome.
to make my second episode is work. And I promise I gonna work hard more, and we gonna have more episode
Coming soon.
Wow.
coming soon.
Looking forward to that.
We have
Thank you.
some very good things planned in the near future.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you for listening and see you next time.
See you time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.